In the quiet little town of Briarwood, nestled among gentle hills and cobbled streets, life in the 1940s moved slowly and peacefully. People left their doors unlocked, neighbors helped one another, and children played barefoot in the grass until dusk. Fear was a stranger here. Nothing ever disturbed the stillness. Edward and Melissa Wilkinson were part of this idyllic community. They lived in a charming house with a wide porch and a white picket fence. Their 3-year-old twins, Maya and Nicholas, were inseparable, often found chasing butterflies or playing make-believe in the garden. One golden afternoon, Melissa sat on the porch steps, watching the children play with their toys beneath the big oak tree. She stood up and said, "I'll be back in a moment, darlings. Mama just needs to grab the laundry basket." She stepped inside. When she returned moments later, the world had changed. Maya was sitting alone, calmly dressing her doll. Melissa looked around. "Where's Nicholas?" she asked. Maya didn't even look up. "Nicholas went with the angel," she said. Melissa froze. Her heart dropped. She ran around the yard, calling for Nicholas, her voice rising into a scream. She searched every inch of the garden, then the house, then the street. Nothing. Within hours, Edward was home, the police were called, and search parties formed. The entire town combed the woods, the riverbank, every barn and back road. All they found was a single, tiny left shoe, Nicholas's, half buried beneath the hedge. Days turned to weeks. Weeks to months. Months to years. The case went cold. Maya grew up, but she never forgot. At school, she'd draw angel wings over and over again. Her parents would scold her when they saw. They hated the word angel. Hated the reminder. They were angry with her. Angry with themselves. But nothing could turn back time. At 25, Maya worked in a comic book shop, saving money while searching for a better job. She didn't love it. The job attracted the kind of men who lingered too long and stared too much. But it paid the rent. One quiet evening, just before closing, the bell above the door chimed. A tall man stepped inside. Broad-shouldered, long white hair, a thick gray beard. Worn jeans, a black t-shirt, and an old, faded Texan vest. He picked up a few comic books, 2 action figures, and a pack of collectible cards. He was polite, even charming. He paid in cash. As he turned to leave, Maya's breath caught in her throat. On the back of his vest were wings, embroidered angel wings. She froze. She couldn't move. Couldn't scream. "Is this real?" she thought. She dashed to the window. He climbed into a rusty pickup truck and drove off. Maya scrambled to grab a pen, scribbling down the license plate before sprinting out, locking the shop behind her. She ran all the way to the police station. There, by a stroke of fate, sat retired Detective Harold Thompson, the same man who had led the search for her brother 22 years earlier. He now visited occasionally to see his son, Charles, who had taken over his duties. Gasping for breath, Maya stumbled in and told them everything. Harold and Charles listened. She handed them 2 wrinkled papers from her bag, one with the plate number, the other with a drawing of the angel wings. "That's him," she said. "That's the angel. Now I understand. Those wings weren't real. They were stitched onto his vest." Charles hesitated. "Maya, lots of people wear jackets like that. It doesn't mean he did anything." "But it's specific," Maya insisted. "Please. Just check." Harold, moved by her conviction, decided to look into it. The plate number led to a man named Benjamin Strovos, an upstanding citizen on paper. No record. No complaints. Owned a large house in a remote part of town. But something didn't sit right. Harold visited the house in plain clothes, walking a dog from the canine unit undercover. He had the dog smell Nicholas's old shoe, the one recovered decades ago. As they passed the house, the dog pulled, barked, scratched the ground. Alert! Harold dug deeper. He looked at the blueprints for Benjamin's home and noticed inconsistencies. The real structure was larger than what had been filed. Suspicious now, he called for a warrant. The search revealed a hidden door in the cellar. Behind it a secret lab. Journals, diagrams, videos. Evidence of experiments. Photos of children. 5 of them. Taken from 5 different towns. Notes about memory, trauma, reprogramming. Benjamin had been part of a trio of rogue scientists. Their theory, if caught young enough, children could be reprogrammed to forget everything, even who they were. They had abducted 5 children, erased their pasts, and reintroduced them into society under false identities. Benjamin kept detailed records, monitoring the children's progress. One of them was Nicholas. Or as the world now knew him, Charles Thompson. Harold's adopted son. Charles had been found near a church as a boy, confused and alone. He said his parents had died. That he'd been wandering. He was placed in a foster home and later adopted by Harold and his wife, who couldn't have children of their own. The revelation shook the town. DNA tests confirmed it. Nicholas Wilkinson had grown up to become a detective searching for the missing. Benjamin was arrested. The other 2 scientists were found and taken into custody weeks later. All 5 children were located. All alive. All changed. Benjamin remained defiant. "We cured trauma," he said. "We gave them new lives. We erased their pain. That is a gift." But the world disagreed. And Maya, standing in front of her brother, now a man she'd unknowingly known for years, finally embraced him, whispering, "The angel brought you back."